they have done here is built a big Bristol. And Kevin is right, because look what the cars look like as we close in on the end of this race. They look like they've been to Bristol.
Well, I've never seen a race at Charlotte like this, but I've never seen that either.
Level gating.
Close enough.
So, Mike, we still have 19 laps to go, 20 cautions tonight, and what did we have last night? Did we have 13, 14 cautions last night?
I think we tied the record for that race. This is the 21st caution tonight.
Yep. Look at Mark's fender. It's just rolled up in the air.
And we still have 24 lead lap cars as of the last time by.
Of course, Mark Martin has been running at the end of about 33 or 34 consecutive races without a DNF. He'd like to keep that number intact.
Dick?
As soon as I got to Brian Vickers, he said, "What happened?" We're about to show him for the first time what happened. Look at the monitor and walk us through what happened on the racetrack.
Yeah, we GMAC Chevy team we had a great car tonight, and we had a run. I messed up. I got impatient, and Bill, I don't know if he was checking up to get behind the 48 or just lost some momentum, and I just happened to be there. That was my fault. I messed up. We just had such a good car. The guys did such a good job. We had an awesome car. We had a car to win this race, and I messed up there. I'm sorry. I apologize to Bill. We were just going down the straightaway, and he started backing up to me. I started lifting, and then I just got into him. I thought that's what happened, but I wasn't sure.
He did have the car to win the race. He has never won one of these Nextel Cup events.
Tonight could have been the night, but as we've said all evening long, the last 100 miles here, they're tough. Work continues on Jeff Gordon's car. We've had several incidents of bump drafting tonight. This wasn't so much bump drafting as Dale Jr. trying to cross over and under Michael Waltrip. The problem was he wasn't clear of his teammate, got in the back of Michael, took him into the wall and several other cars, and now Brian Vickers just got into the back of Bill Elliott. Pounds Mark Martin's car, the 6 hard into the wall, and several more will go to the garage.
Essentially in the same place, and Darrell, you're turning the entire part of this front straightaway, and all it takes is a little bump, and you're going to spin yourself out.
And that's the fastest part of the racetrack. When you come out of turn 4, you're running through this tri-oval. It's a long way down to turn 1, and you are building speed all the way down through there. And your car is pretty light when you get to that point.
Chris, Jeff, 17 laps, 25 miles to go, and still there's a lot that can happen.
And Joe Nemechek leading, bit of a surprise, U.S. Army on this Memorial Day weekend. So caution to the wind, a record number of cautions all time for a NASCAR race. We've also had a record number of leaders for this particular race, and a number of apologies. Guys saying, hey, it's my fault, aggressive driving. We just heard from Brian Vickers.
What did we say at the beginning of the broadcast? This place is scary fast. I mean, you do not understand until you start watching what went on with these teammates and with these other racers right now that's barely touching one another. You're carrying so much speed around here, it doesn't take a lot to get everybody in trouble.
All right, so what can we expect over these remaining laps, given who's in the top spots? Bobby Labonte following Carl Edwards and the leader.
You got some young guys right there with Carl Edwards, who's won before on a fast racetrack at Atlanta, Bobby Labonte, who's won here, and Joe Nemechek, who's wanting to win here, and Bella bring us one car into victory lane. And it's going to be very interesting when they drop this green flag, who gets impatient. I believe we're not done with these caution flags yet, Chris.
Mike?
21st caution flag of the night. Now 16 laps to go. Rusty Wallace got the free pass on this caution flag. As still, work continues on Jeff Gordon's car. He's going to lose a lap here. Just past the start-finish line, someone impacted the safer barrier, which such force that the foam blocks that back up the metal guardrail type portion, the face of the barrier, collapsed as they are designed to do. So a couple of sections of those are being replaced right now.
Well, that's the only thing. That's about the only thing left we hadn't torn up. So I guess we'll go tear the wall up now.
Nemechek, Labonte, Edwards, Ryan Newman, Martin Truex, and the rest of the top 10, Jeff Burton, Scott Wimmer, Jeremy Mayfield, Kevin LePage, and Greg Biffle. Favorites and dark horses mixed amongst them. Let's go down to the pits of the second place car. Here's Steve.
with crew chief Steve Addington. Steve, you guys have had so much bad luck this year. Can you get to that 0-1 car and get around Joe Nemechek for the win?
I don't know. I know we got a great driver in Bobby Labonte, and he's driven his tail off tonight and given FedEx a good run, good showing, and we just like to thank them for their support, Interstate Batteries for their support. We'll try to win this race if we can now.
Good luck, Steve.
All right, thank you.
Bobby Labonte trying to win for the first time in the last 48 races. He was the winner here. In 1955, he got his first career win in the Coca-Cola 600, excuse me, in 1995.
I was going to say, man, I think I'm older than I thought I was.
Charlotte was my first win in a Cup car, and it was awesome. We had finished second a few times before that race, and we were pretty pumped up when we got there. Charlotte was one of my favorite tracks, and from day to night, just had one of those feelings about it. We were just running along there, and just nothing went wrong. I felt like I had a car that could go. Just needed to pace yourself throughout 600 miles. Crossing that start-finish line there for the first win ever is something you'll never forget. And to come at Charlotte in the Coke 600, such a big event, it was just truly amazing. I kept this car in my shop just for the fact that, first win, there's only going to be a first win one time. It's not worth anything. It's just sentimental value for me. And when I'm old and decrepit and somebody comes by, and if I still have a place I could knock off the cobwebs, and I'll say, my first race was won in that car.
A great story. Bobby Labonte, who went on to win the Cup championship a few years later. Darrell, I know, 1985, you won in 1985. I remember. Bill Ellie won the pole, you won the race.
Well, my friend, it was 90 years old today, and then you threw me back to 1955. I get a little worried.
Pace truck's about to come in, and we're going to run 14 laps and try to finish this off. Chevrolet is Nemechek and Labonte. The Ford of Carl Edwards. The Dodge of pole sitter Ryan Newman back in contention. Truex, Burton, Wimmer, Mayfield, LePage. Who's going to win the Coke 600?
For the most part, everybody got a pretty clean restart.
One driver who won't win it is Jeff Gordon. He came in here third in points. His car's in the garage. Good news for his teammate Terry Labonte, who was transported to a local hospital for observation. Terry has been released. He's okay.
Right now, our leader, Joe Nemechek, in the 01 car will be coming to 13 laps to go. He has Jamie McMurray in the 42 car in front of him. Jamie is at the tail end of the lead lap. Little fresher tires than our leader, Joe Nemechek.
Yeah, and Jamie needs to, if he can go on and get away from Joe, that's fine. But if he can't, pretty soon here, he needs to think about getting out of the way.
20 miles to go. Jeff Burton backing up in the 31.
I saw sparks. I don't know if he's got a tire going down or not, but he saw he had some sparks coming out of it over on turn 2.
But I tell you what, boys, the car that just went by him, Jimmy Johnson, that 48 car, he has very fresh tires, and he is on the move, but we only have 12 laps to go.
Yeah, I think he's got a fast car, Larry, but I don't think he's got time to get there based on what we've seen tonight.
He's in 8th place, and he is just 2 seconds off the lead, but a lot of cars to pass to get there. Dick?
Well, Biffle just came on the radio and said he has a flat tire. He'll be coming in to get that changed, Mike.
Of course, Greg Biffle comes in here second in the points behind leader Jimmy Johnson, the 48.
I believe the 31 has a problem, too, based on what I saw there a second ago.
He's coming to pit road, in fact. 11 to go.
As for Biffle, guess that National Guard helmet didn't turn out to be a lucky charm for car owner Jack Roush. Let's go to the leader's pit. Here's Matt.
But the Army cars out front is Ryan Pemberton, who won at Kansas. 17 races to go. It's sizing up. Can your man hold them off?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's doing a great job right now. We got 10 to go. We got about 20 car length lead. Joe can do it. We got all the faith in the world in him.
Talk about major dedication. The day after Richmond, went in for major back surgery. The doctor said, you need to stay out 3 weeks. He stayed out 3 days, was back at work. That's dedication.